And as we all know, at least hopefully everybody does know by now, that today marks the beginning of 2018 hurricane season. It seems as though we were only here yesterday, but it's been about 9 months since Harvey hit us. And so this is simply another reminder to everyone that today marks the beginning of the 2018 hurricane season. And I want Houstonians to know that this is the new hurricane season. In this hurricane season, we are wiser and stronger. We keep learning from previous experiences. And one of the things that we've learned is that we always need to be prepared. Hopefully, we will not face, a major storm during the summer, during this hurricane season. But just in case, it never hurts to be prepared. And that's why I'm glad right behind Chris is, make a plan, build a kit, stay informed, know your neighbors, and heed all of the necessary warnings and information that will be provided. Today, standing with me, of course, is Chief Samuel Pena with the Houston Fire Department, and then it's Christopher Perkins with the Office of Emergency Management. After experiencing Hurricane Harvey and other storm-related disasters in previous years, June 1st is also our annual reminder to be aware and get prepared. Psychologically, because of Harvey, this is new territory for Houstonians because, quite frankly, we still have some people that are still in hotels from Hurricane Harvey. And we still have many, many people who are living in homes still that need to be remediated, repaired, rebuilt in some fashion. So people are still recovering as we are getting prepared for this hurricane season. People should remember that all tropical storms and hurricanes are different. One can be a wind event and another can be a rain event. And a rain event may drop water in places different from last time. So just in case people didn't flood from Harvey last time, doesn't mean that you are immune from flooding, okay? Because Mother Nature has its own way of moving. We can't control that. But whether you flooded during Harvey or you didn't, you still need to be prepared. I am pleased to say that there are more than 1,000 people who have now adopted our drain cleaners program. So I'm very, very pleased with that. So a lot of people are taking steps to at least try to mitigate the risk of flooding. I urge people to live your lives without fear. So this is not an attempt. I don't want anybody to create anybody's anxieties. We're not trying to do that. But there's nothing wrong with being prepared. And at the same time, I'm encouraging people to store up on hurricane supplies ahead of time. Okay, to make a disaster kit like the one, where is it?
Some of those items.
Right here, some of these items, and to heed officials and reliable sources of news and advice. And if you like at my house, there's a whole lot of tuna and stuff and rich crackers, just in case. Okay, I've got a whole lot. And I've learned to use them even when it's not a major storm event. But tuna works, let me tell you, and it's something that I can make for myself, okay? Have a plan for what you do in a natural disaster, how to stay in touch with loved ones, where to go, how to care for pets, etc. For example, when I came and we flooded during the tax day flood, April 17, 2016, I should never forget. And if you can recall, there were a number of people in that Greenspoint area, the apartments, who were out on the bridges and saying, Mayor, where's the help going to come from? And Chief, back then, we had not planned for, there was not shelters already set up, so we were all moving very, very quickly. When Harvey came, we had pre-established, pre-set up shelters. The M.O. Campbell, we learned from the tax day flood, we had the shelter at M.O. Campbell ready to go. And when we got the word that there was going to be 3 bands of water coming down, firefighters, police officers, and others went going door to door, getting people out. And before that night was over, about 2,000 people were in that shelter. And so even this time, we are establishing, identifying some pre-shelters, and getting set up just in case. And finally, I want to remind everyone about the 2018 Extreme Weather Ready Expo, which will be held tomorrow, Saturday, June the 2nd, from 10 to 3 p.m. at the George R. Brown Convention Center. This time around, unlike before, we have more rescue boats now. Is that right, Chief?
That's
all right. And in Harvey, we blockaded low-lying intersections, and that helps save lives. In Harvey, we learned how to work together with private rescue groups. And in Harvey, we showed how the city and county collaborate, and communication is critical, especially between the county and city, and I'm very pleased with the collaboration that takes place between the two. And in Harvey, people develop apps and websites to help each other, and they worked, and they are still available today. We learned how to stand up and operate large shelters effectively and efficiently. And so the people of Houston have rebounded, and so has our local economy, but housing for all who lost during Hurricane Harvey, we're still working to grapple with all of that. And we have made changes to prevent flooding by modifying Chapter 19. We won't build back to where we were, we will build for the future. And Hurricane Harvey proved how resilient we are, and now we are building for the future by making our city more resilient in the next storm. But the key for today, beginning of hurricane season, just be prepared, get your hurricane kit available. Hopefully you'll never have to use it. Know what medicine, key documents, all of those things, so that if something should happen, you're not scrambling, have those things readily available for you. And then when we come back and get together in November, the tuna fish that you went out and purchased, you can simply just use late at night, when you find yourself hungry, like I have found myself many, many, many times. All right. Chief, you want to add to?
Thank you, Mayor. I think you covered it all, but I do want to stress the point that the mayor's made as far as preparation. Preparation is going to be key. Having enough supplies on hand ahead of time. Ensure that if you have generators in your homes, that they're functioning properly, that they're positioned properly. Remember that nothing closer than 20 feet from your home is where we recommend your generators to be placed, because the carbon monoxide on those things is significant, and you don't want to avoid one tragedy and then cause another one. So preparation is going to be key. The fire department has certainly been working this since Harvey in the preparations. We've made significant strides as far as assets acquisition. We've got, at this point, we got almost double the amount of evacuation boats that we had last year. We have additional high water vehicles. We have additional trained personnel. We have additional partnerships with stakeholders. That being certainly the Public Works Department. We've participated in training with them to ensure that we're increasing our capacity and in resources. Police Department, of course, and working with collaboratively with the Office of Emergency Management. So again, preparation is going to be key, and know again where your documents are, your critical documents are. Check on your neighbors, okay, and remember that you get your news sources from reliable sources. Ready Houston is a critical website for you all to visit. It gives a lot of tips and a lot of information on how you can prepare yourself, and as one community, how we can become more resilient.
Thanks, Chief. Mm-hmm. And something else that I intended to mention, and that's as it relates to seniors and others who may find themselves in need of transportation during the storm. You know, we do have, it is the State Transportation and Evacuation Registry, the STEER program, and I'm encouraging people to register. You can register by going online at 211. And Chris, can you come and speak to that STEER program?
Yes, sir, Mayor. Thank you. The Office of Emergency Management and the Mayor's Office of Public Safety and Homeland Security is prepared today on the first day of hurricane season for anything that may come our way this year. As the Mayor was speaking about, one of the programs that we are participating in is the State Transportation and Evacuation Assistance Registry, the STEER program. And citizens can either log on to our website to click on the link to enroll in that program, or they can just simply call 211. And from there, a call taker will guide you through a series of questions. So if you live in a vulnerable area that may flood or that may be an area that would be subject to storm surge flooding, we want to encourage you to apply for STEER and register so that whenever an emergency does come, we know the population areas that we need to go and send transportation resources to effect evacuations. We're also really excited tomorrow about the 2018 Extreme Weather Ready Expo that will occur at the George R. Brown tomorrow. Doors open at 9 a.m. I believe there'll be opening remarks at 10 a.m. and it will go until about 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So we encourage the public to come out and meet with our partners from the local, state, federal levels, as well as volunteer organizations and non-governmental organizations that will be there to help provide information to assist our citizens with preparing for the next storm, whether that occurs this year or in the years to come. So we're excited to be here. Thank you, Mayor, for inviting us. If we can do anything for you, let us know.
Thank you. So this is hurricane season. I want people to reduce their stress levels and their anxiety. And one way of doing it, batteries now, while the shelves are full. Don't forget our pets, okay? Think about our pets now, okay? A little money always helps to have some around, okay? So you're not having to rush to the bank in the final hours, okay? Do that now. And of course, water, always good to have those things around now. So the point is, let's not wait until the last minute. Preparation beats anxiety and stress. So let's get prepared and be ready.